What is up, everyone? This is SwordKing090 and we have the return of the fancy event for 2019 that we are currently version 1.41.0. So if you're not on that update yet, then be sure to manually download your update from the Google Play Store or from the App Store itself. Now let's go ahead and play the game and let's see what they have to offer or what's new within this update. Then I know for a fact that we have Prisma Pixelings, that if we've had them before, that or for the other events, that we have the Prisma versions of the fancy Pixelings that you're able to get. So I know we have brand new Craniac Items to look for, we have the Prisma Pixelings to look for, we may have some new items to look for, especially when it comes to the mask reward. That if you've already seen the actual mask rewards from the Pirates vs Ninja event, then it's pretty much the same thing, but I'll still link that at the end of the video as an annotation so you can see how you have to get it to get all the other items here too. But mainly the short answer for those who are brand new to the game who have never seen the celebration tokens is that you have to do a lot of quests, you have to play a lot of Puggle, you have to do a lot of Sponsor Eagles, and play a lot of Craniac to collect the tokens so that you reach your daily limit, and then once you reach to 1,000, that is when you're able to open up the actual mask reward to get your mask. So all it is just keep playing daily, be sure to max it out as soon as possible and wait till the next day, because within 3 days you'll be able to get your mask reward. And of course I will be making the videos for every 3 days or maybe 2 days depending on how fast I can actually get this when it comes to over carrying the tokens. And an interesting thing is that the tokens that you were able to get from the last event do not carry over to this event. So that answers my question from last time, so that's good to know. So we have a lot to go through. Let's go ahead and see what Pewdiepie has to say.
Magic is ever expanding. It was only a matter of time. Abracadabra, some fantasy-themed items are now available in Craniac. Catch these magical creations while the celebration lasts. And make sure you are the most wizardest wizard of them all.
Good on you, Pewdiepie. So as we can see here, we have ourselves the celebration tokens and we have ourselves the item right here. Now, isn't that neat? Are we able to grab it? Are we able to get it? And nope, I am terrible at Craniac. This is what happens when you play Craniac for so long and just stop for a day or two. You just turn terrible at it. I wanted to show the item right off the bat. At least I got a nature item. I guess that's going to be plaguing me for the rest of my days. Now let's go ahead and try to get the fancy item once more. And there we go. Perfect catch. Now look at that, look at that. So what are we going to get out of this? It looks like an axe on the ground that's also animated too. And just a quick note, just ignore the level 20 on the very top because I've already made a video about that. That is a bug that they're going to have to fix within a different update. Not this update because we're now in an actual event. But even then, that is a very cool item, and especially that is animated. And I'll be sure to make a video on all the 6 new items that you're able to get. And for those who are curious to know what song we get from the fancy event, it is called All the King Subs. I use this a lot for all of my videos, mostly because it is one of my favorite songs of all. The fantasy event is one of my top favorite events of all time. And I'm pretty sure you've already seen Scully that's on the desk right now, so let me go ahead and showcase all the pixelings you're able to get from the fancy event. I don't have any of the new pixelings yet, mainly that it's going to be the Prisma form of said pixelings, but whenever we get to them, I'll be sure to make a video as soon as possible. I'm going to be playing a lot of Craniac then. So for Scully, it is a diamond pixeling that gives you a boost in the science category and as well as the dark category. So it's going to be very difficult to get Scully, but when you do, it just looks absolutely awesome. And then with the Prisma form, that's going to even look better. Down to the uncommon egg or the golden egg, we have Gusto the dragon that gives you a boost in the gaming category and the animal category. It's this adorable little dragon here. Once it grows up, then it's going to be a fearsome dragon. Last but not least, we have Porto the mushroom that gives you a boost in nature towards the view and subscriber category. So it is a very animated mushroom that just bounces around the room. Mainly if you look at the thumbnail of this video, you'll see its own Prisma form, but I'm still going to be making a video because a still picture is not good enough. We have to see them animated. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the items that you're able to get from the shop for the fancy event. That we have our different type of skin color with the markings on there, so that looks absolutely nice. Then for the clothing, that we have chainmail, we have ourselves the king's robes, and then knight armor, which I do not know exactly the price of them since I bought them already from the last events, so I cannot tell you about those prices, so I do apologize for that one. Then for the hairstyle, we have ourselves chainmail, helmet, we have ourselves a princess with a cat ear, then we have a tiara, and as well as some unicorn horns with the pink hair. I was about to say green hair, I don't even know what my colors are. Then we also have a unicorn head and then a crown. So let's go ahead and use the unicorn head just for the funniness here. Then for the chairs, we have ourselves I'm trying to remember what actual it is. I want to say amethyst. I want to say the amethyst chair. That's the only thing I can think of when it comes to gems and purple. So that looks nice no matter what. So let me go ahead and put Scully down so we can actually see the chair. Then for the keyboards, we have either ruins or emeralds, or even this type of fantasy, whatever you want to call it, just an Atlantean type of keyboard here. That's the thing I think about when I see the blue color. Even then, it looks so nice. But I'm going to stick with ruins because that's the thing that's going to match the monitor. So let's go ahead and take a look at the monitor. We can skip the desk for now. That we have ourselves a floating tablet, we have ourselves a mirror, and then we have a crystal ball. My personal favorite, it is the tablet right here that just floats up and down. It also matches the ruins, so hence why this is a good match for that. The emeralds will probably match the mirror more than the crystal ball, but even then, they're still nicely animated. Strike that, I'm not too sure about the mirror itself. I don't think that's animated. Mainly the tablet and the crystal ball is animated. Now on to the desk. That with the desk, we have a few things here. I'm going to scroll down, see if I missed anything, just want to be sure. You still have the Atlantean type of jellyfish right there for the Atlantean type of keyboard, so that's actually really nice if you were to get that. But mainly, we have ourselves a lot of different desks. My top two favorite would be the angel desk in the sky, which you could just put it with the clouds, so that looks very, very nice. Or the heaven desk, if you want to call it that. Then you have the amethyst desk with the dragon on top, which matches the chair itself, so you may want to do that for a combo. And off topic, it matches my hair for the unicorn style here, so that's really good. Then for the background itself, you have clouds in the sky, so that's very nice, especially if you were to get the heaven desk right there. And it also matches the heavens right here as wallpaper, so you have a lot of clouds you can do. Along with that, we do also have another heavens flooring here too, so that looks even nicer if you want to go in the sky. Gusto and Scully are loving flying everywhere, and I'm pretty sure that Portal could just jump very, very high, so that's just what makes me imagine just Portal jumping all across the clouds here too. And of course, if the heavenly clouds are not your type of thing, then we also have ourselves a dark side here. Just scrolling all the way down to level 18, that we have molten magma here. Lava, magma, and all the type of flooring you could get here, along with the wallpaper that matches that too. So we're just going to have to scroll all the way down here. Just keep on scrolling, keep on scrolling, keep on scrolling. It should be level 18 as well. Which one is this? Oh, first of all, we do have a dungeon setting at level 12. I almost forgot about that. So that in itself looks cool. So if you want to make yourself a dungeon type of prison type of deal, then this is the type of room you can get. How many types are there? Anyways, moving on down to the farther down wallpaper. Let me see if I'm going to miss anything just in case, because there's always something that's at a different level that I may have missed. So it looks like I didn't miss anything, but for the wallpaper, we also have the volcanoes and the death sky, just type of deal. It's just pretty much all red. It's just death, fire, and flames. Just mainly you make yourself a living type of despair and agony and just pain in your own room here when you see this type of room. And last but not least, with the wallpaper, I'm pretty sure that we had a fantasy themed wallpaper. Oh no, we didn't? I'm pretty sure we did. I absolutely thought we did, because if I remember correctly, that this here was the fantasy theme. That's why we have all the stars and the purple that goes along with it. Did they actually remove that? I'm not too sure. I am absolutely positive that this background was from the fantasy event. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think, and that's how I remembered it. But other than that, that's one of my top favorite backgrounds because of how pretty that looks. Just for the sake of looking at the items, we're going to leave the carpet blank for this one. So on to the items, that we have ourselves a magic broom here. So that's very, very cool, and also animated too. Then we have ourselves a crystal, one of a good item that you could have for a lot of rooms. I see it quite frequently in a lot of room events, that you could turn from purple to blue to green and to red, and it's a floating crystal too, so what more can you ask? Then we also have an adventurer right here, that has a sword and shield and type of deal. It reminds me of Legend of Zelda for that fact only. Although this is fantasy, so this is just mainly an adventurer that has a sword and shield that goes travel from one place to the other place, but whenever I look at it, it just reminds me of Legend of Zelda. Then we also have a sword in the stone. And you could say that that's the Master Sword for all we know. In any case, again, I'm just thinking of Legend of Zelda, one of my top favorite games to play, but still it looks nice. Then we have ourselves potions that turns from red to yellow to green and to purple here. Then we have ourselves a gauntlet that's also animated, very nice indeed. That turns from a gauntlet to another type of cup that has an animated type of drink on top. I do not know what that is, but I would rather drink from the gauntlet than drink from that. Pretty sure that the fire makes it warm too. Then we have ourselves a woodland elf. An elf from the woods pretty much. That's the only thing I can think comes to this creature. But at least we have ourselves a fawn that plays the pan flute. Now isn't that cool? Just look at that, look at that. A lot of these items should remind you about the tavern event because that's where a lot of people think about the fantasy event along with the tavern because it just fits so well. Then we have ourselves some houses here. Just a little modest house, just a small house that you can live in. All you need is just a bedroom and a kitchen and just mainly a place to stay under a roof. Then we have ourselves the flowers here, which is absolutely lovely that we have 4 different types of flowers to look at. Just absolutely marvelous. What's not so marvelous is that we do have a little bit of a voodoo doll here, so be careful, just be careful who you mess with in this fantasy world. Especially when we have goblins here, or trolls if you want to call them that. Goblins, trolls, hobgoblins, I do not know exactly what type of goblin this is, but you don't want to mess with them when you find yourself going under a bridge somewhere. And speaking of mobs, we have ourselves a skeleton here, so you can make yourself a skeleton army whenever you have the good versus evil. Heads up, I am pretty sure that's going to be one of the events here. Then we have ourselves a tree, not just any tree, an ant. Pretty much it's just a spiritual type of tree that goes around just giving you wisdom and probably like the guardian of the forest itself. And if you're a Legend of Zelda fan, then that just reminds you of the Great Deku Tree. But at least you can turn it around so it just looks like a giant tree. Then I went all out to buy every single block because that is a very good item to have. So let's go ahead and skip that for now, and we're going to go to the banners here. That you have the Pewdiepie Brofist banner, and then you have Edgar as a banner tier 2. So that's very nice with red versus blue. So down to the inventory that I have the building blocks here, which is also quite different when you look at it because it also has different type of blocks here too. So you go one from the other, then you have yourselves the crosses on the blocks, and then you have yourself the type of windows that you could think of when you see these type of blocks. Or you could put it on top of the actual castle wall so that it just makes it more aesthetically pleasing to look at. So it's just more decorations within blocks. And last but not least, we have ourselves smoke and flames. So basically the flames in the center while the smoke is on top. That it's also different colored when you go from purple to red to gray and then to blue. Very nice. This is one of the best items you can actually get for a lot of rooms. So stock up on that one. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the items from the packs here. One by one, of course, that we have the Spells and Legends pack, that they contain 25 exclusive items. They don't give XP though, as such is the way to mastering these unknown forces. And since I have 4 packs, I'm going to have to divide by 4, and hopefully some of the items I got from lit leveling will not change or make me forget or just confuse me at all, which I can't even say a simple sentence, so I'm already confused as it is. So what it gives you is that we have 2 of the maidens here. Just look at the beautiful maidens. They're also animated too. So we have 2 of those there. Then we have ourselves 1 king to rule them all. Then we have 1 giant dragon. This is one of the reasons why everyone loves this event, mainly because of the dragons you're able to get. Sadly, it is not animated, but it's still cool to look at. Then you have 1 of the unicorns here. That's 1 beautiful unicorn to guard everything. It's a warrior there. I almost forgot to rotate the king, so here we go. We spin the king. That you also have yourself some diamonds to look at here. Maybe if you hide the king himself, then you can see that it's just a pillar of diamond. So that's an idea that you could do just for an event. Just hide the king, you'll just see a pillar of diamond. And then let's go ahead and rotate the giant dragon here. Just look at that build here. A very menacing dragon that just looks down upon everything else. So if you want to become friends with the dragon, be sure to have a lot of food, otherwise you may become food. Then we have ourselves the good old gnome. Not really a gnome actually, this is a dwarf. I keep forgetting about that, my mistake, but still, the good old dwarf that is pretty much ready to battle. These are the most hardworking, reliable people you could have. Maybe stubborn, but very reliable to have. So he is just ready to go, just ready to fight, just ready to defend, and mainly ready to drink as well, because you know they love to drink too. And you do get 2 of them, so that's very nice. You have pretty much bodyguards there. But not only that, you have 2 of the written tablets on the wall here that it's also lit up too. I'm pretty sure someone's able to decipher this, but I'm not too sure. If you're able to decipher this, let me know. But still, it looks very cool to look at nevertheless. You can even add them as walls or decorations for a dungeon. Not only that, but you do get 2 of the knights here. Pretty much the dark knights. I like to call them dark knights for that reason. It's just they are mainly used for evil, but still maybe a warlord or something like that. Just mainly they are very menacing if you have to fight them. Just look at that glowing sword too. You know they mean business when they have power like that. Then you also have 2 of the genie lamps, which is also animated that, of course, oh, there you go. I was going to wait for it, but it looks like it just did it by itself. So that's very cool looking. You get 2 of them, so you can have many wishes. Then you have 2 of the horns here. I do not remember what they're called. I remember from a long time ago, but I completely forgot what that was. The RuneScape memory is just leaving me little bit by little bit. But other than that, we do have 2 portals to work with, which is very cool looking that we have 2 different designs. That we have one of them for the night, then you have one of them for the day. Just mainly, it looks pretty awesome. Also, great animation too. Then we have 2 of the Merlins or the wizards to cast spells upon anything that goes about their way. Just if they want to defend themselves or if they want to fight. You just don't want to mess with a Merlin or a wizard now. Then we have ourselves 3 of the mushroom trees that they look very nice. Just look at that, just how colorful they are, that you can put them in any type of setting that pretty much is more of a dark setting or a magical setting, along with these fabulous trees here. Just look at that. It's so pretty. I love the design of it. And you get 3 of them if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you get 3 of them. Still very nice. It's very useful for whatever you want to do for a forest. Then we have the Catacombs and Critters pack. That, it gives you 25 exclusive items. They do not give XP, but it's a puny price to pay to get companionship in your dungeon lair. So $450 to be able to get that, but it includes a lot of different items too. Like ourselves a stand here, just look at that. That we have ourselves some food, we have a lot of items. You could tell from the Pirates vs. Ninja event, some of those items, you have a lot of other items too. There's even a bunny rabbit right there. So it's all the items that you're able to obtain within the game itself. Not only that, but it also changes to an apothecary. That we have Slippy right there, we have a lot of different items from the dark category and things like that. So it all matches really well with this one. Then we have ourselves a witch. Mainly a witch. It looks like a witch, right? Just, we have one of those right here just to cast a spell or probably sell you some potions and things like that. Just do not backstab them, do not betray them, do not just trick them. Just treat them with respect and you should be fine. Then we have 2 centaurs. Just mainly they are a great companion, a loyal friend to have, and they are great people to take on to battle with if you've ever seen the Narnia movies. I was about a series, but movies, books, all the same. Just mainly if you ever read about that or watched the movies, they are great fighters. And I'm pretty sure that you get 2 phoenixes. I'm pretty sure that you do. But still, very majestic creatures to have by your side. It's just very awesome to look at too. Not only that, but you do get 1 griffin. Just mainly if you ever have a griffin in real life, if that was ever a thing, you would love to have them. Just make sure you treat them well because they are very intelligent and they could fight too. And this is where death came from when people want to know how'd you get the death one. You would think that it came from the Halloween item or the Halloween pack, but nope, it came from the fancy pack. So you get 2 of them to work with, the Reaper or Death, whichever you want to call them, but still just do not ever cross roads with them. Then we have ourselves a goo monster here. Mainly you get 2 of them, works very well for the Halloween event, and I am unable to really have any more room in this room. Then we have 5 of the walls for the castle, so all the blocks you bought from the shop, you could pretty much match it with the walls here too, just make it windows and things like that. So it works absolutely well, so you have 2 different types to look at. And they stack, so what more could you ask for? It's just absolutely perfect. It would make castle building a lot easier for you. Then we have ourselves a ferry. Mainly it is a ferry, what more can you say? Just for the forest, just for the lake, just for wherever you want to have it for, just mainly it is a good ferry to see. Then we have ourselves the raven here, or the crow, whichever you want to call it. Can I put it on top? No, I guess there's a height limit that has been reached. I wanted to put it on top of the castle wall, but you get 5 of them, so I'm not going to place all 5 of them. But we do have 2 of the orcs here. Just look at them. They are very, very giant. Just look at that. It reaches the wall too. So, you know, they would be a very good fighter to have if you want to break down a castle wall. And last but not least, you have one adventurer right there. Just mainly a simple adventurer. Maybe it's Hercules for all we know. But all we know that it is a person that's gonna be taking on the role of a hero alongside with the other adventurer too. So these are the items from the fancy event, from the shop, from the packs, from the customization, from Craniac, even though I'm going to be making a separate video on that real soon. So let me know in the comment section below which one is your absolute favorite from any of the packs, the shops, and things like that. Just let me know. And last but not least, we gotta take a look at some of the Puggle items too. Because look at that. Well, not really Puggle items, but mainly that the Puggle background that we see that Maya is a gypsy, and also a knight as one of the pugs to be dropped here. Just look at that, look at the colorful background of it all. Just mainly it looks absolutely cool. And then we have Edgar on the bottom as the unicorn. Or did I have it backwards? Nope, I didn't have it backwards. But where's Edgar? I think Edgar's also a knight too. Guess we're gonna have to see once we get the ball rolling. Oh wait, Edgar is a princess. Isn't that cute? But mainly that is what we have here for the good old fantasy event. Feel free to let me know what you guys thought about the whole return of it. So mainly I have 2 more videos to make. It would be, or a few more actually when I think about it, that we have ourselves the Craniac items, we have ourselves the Prisma eggs, and then we have ourselves the masks. So I'm going to be very, very busy with all of that content, and especially with the live streams, because I'm going to go ahead and max out all 6 of the Craniac items, and I'll be sure to make a video about that soon. Well, not really much maxing it out, just mainly the items that you're able to get and show. And as far as I know, I have not forgotten anything else in this here video, and if I did, I do apologize, and I probably will say what I've missed within a different video. But that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel and want to see more content, videos, and live streams in the future, then be sure to subscribe. Feel free to leave down your Pewdiepie 2% username as well as the network you're in the comment section below. Have more friends, have more followers, have more gifts, have people join your network, and have more fun playing the game every single day, as they're going to continue to update this game every month, and they have done that so far. They have so done that. I'm trying to combine words here, but I'm not going to do a retake on this here line. On that, I'm just absolutely happy that they have continued to update this game every month so that we could have more things to do for the game. But until then, I've been SwordKing090. Have a great day everyone, and I'll see you guys next time in a new video or live stream.
Forget your last betray. I'll never forget.